The boardroom was silent, the kind of silence that hums louder than noise. Every eye fixed on the head of the table where Mr. Graham, the CEO, sat like a king before his court. His suit was sharp, his smile smug. "We need innovation," he declared, his voice echoing off the glass walls. "We need ideas that can save this company before it collapses." His words hung in the air like a warning shot. Pens tapped. Papers shuffled. But no one dared to speak, until a soft, steady voice rose from the far end of the table. It was Jasmine, the mid-level analyst nobody ever noticed. She cleared her throat and said, "I have an idea." The room shifted. Heads turned. A few smirks, a couple of eye rolls. Mr. Graham leaned back, amused. "Go on," he said, like he was humoring a child. Jasmine stood, her voice calm but strong. She spoke about digital engagement, data-driven outreach, a complete rebrand that could modernize everything. She had charts, numbers, proof. It wasn't a dream, it was a plan. But when she finished, the room fell apart in laughter. Paul, a senior manager with a smirk too sharp to trust, leaned forward and said, "Cute idea, Jasmine. But we need real strategies, not experiments." Another executive added, "We can't risk the company on a rookie's daydream." Mr. Graham smirked, tapping his pen. "Thank you, Jasmine. Let's move on." And just like that, her idea was dismissed, her effort erased. She sat down quietly, her heart breaking but her spirit unbent. Weeks passed. The company sank deeper. Clients left. Sales tanked. Investors panicked. Whispers of layoffs filled the hallways. And yet, every night, Jasmine stayed late, perfecting her plan in secret. She believed in it, even when no one else did. Then came the news, disaster wrapped in irony. Their biggest competitor had just launched a new campaign. The same digital strategy Jasmine had proposed. And it was working, brilliantly. Their profits soared while Jasmine's company bled. The boardroom turned to chaos. Voices clashed. Blame flew. "We're finished." Paul shouted. "We need a miracle." Jasmine rose, her voice cutting through the noise. "You already had one," she said. "You just didn't listen." The room froze. She walked to the front, plugged in her laptop, and projected her plan, the same one they had laughed at. Her tone was steady, her eyes unshaken. This was no experiment. It was survival. Silence stretched across the table. Then, a whisper, "Could it work?" Another, "The numbers look solid." Mr. Graham's pride cracked beneath the weight of truth. "Fine," he muttered. "If it fails, it's on you." But if it works, his voice trailed off. They launched her plan that same night. The next weeks were brutal. Long nights. Endless calls. But slowly, the numbers shifted. Sales climbed. Clients returned. Investors smiled again. The company was reborn, and everyone knew who had saved it. But in interviews, Mr. Graham took the credit. Paul called it a collaborative effort. Jasmine's name never appeared in the press. Still, inside the company, people whispered, "She saved us." She became a quiet legend, respected, admired, but still unseen. Then came the reckoning. The company's top investor, Mr. Langford, flew in. A man whose money decided fates. In the boardroom, he reviewed the reports, the comeback, the strategy. "Who designed this plan?" he asked. Silence. Mr. Graham cleared his throat. "It was a team effort." Langford's gaze turned sharp. "I didn't ask about effort. I asked whose idea it was." The room went cold. Then, from the back, someone spoke. It was Jasmine. Langford's eyes found her. "Is that true?" Jasmine nodded softly. Yes, sir. And you were ignored? She didn't flinch. I was dismissed. Langford leaned back, his jaw tight. Remarkable, he said. Then, he turned to the CEO. Seems to me this company has been giving credit to the wrong people. The executives froze. Jasmine could feel the ground shifting beneath them. Effective immediately, Langford said, Jasmine will be promoted to Vice President of Strategy. Her vision saved this company. Her leadership will guide its future. The air cracked like thunder. Paul's jaw dropped. Mr. Graham's face turned red. The men who once mocked her were now beneath her. Jasmine walked out of that room taller than she'd ever been. Justice had found its moment. But not everyone was celebrating. Behind closed doors, Paul hissed, "We'll make her regret this." Graham's reply was colder. Then we wait, for her first mistake. Jasmine had climbed from invisibility to power. She had turned humiliation into triumph. But pride is a dangerous enemy, and those she defeated weren't done fighting. Because somewhere in the shadows, a new plot was forming. One that would test everything she had built. They ignored her once. But this time, she's the one watching. The storm had been brewing for weeks, quiet emails, suspicious whispers, and looks that lingered too long in the hallways. Jasmine had felt it in her bones, the calm before betrayal. Ever since she was promoted to Vice President of Strategy, the company had thrived under her leadership. Profits climbed. Employees believed again. Clients returned. She had rebuilt what others had nearly destroyed. But the higher she rose, the more dangerous the silence around her became. One night, long after the office lights had dimmed, Jasmine sat in her glass-walled office, the city glowing beyond the windows. Her laptop screen flickered with spreadsheets, quarterly reports, and projections. She was reviewing a proposal when an email alert appeared. Anonymous sender. Subject line, "They're coming for you." Her heart skipped. She opened it, and froze. Attached were documents showing falsified financial records, all under her department's name. Her name. It was a setup. The next morning, chaos erupted. Rumors of financial misconduct spread through the building like wildfire. Mr. Graham and Paul pounced on the opportunity. They cornered Langford in the boardroom, pretending to be concerned. "We trusted her too quickly," Paul said. "She's reckless," Graham added. "Her numbers don't add up." Langford listened in silence, his expression unreadable. By the time Jasmine walked in, the air was thick with accusation. "Jasmine," Langford said evenly, "we've received reports suggesting irregularities in your accounts. Care to explain?" The words hit like a slap. She stood tall, calm despite the tremor in her hands. "Those records are forged," she said. "Someone is trying to destroy me." Paul scoffed. "Convenient excuse." Graham folded his arms. "If that's true, prove it." The room fell silent. Jasmine met Langford's gaze. "Give me 48 hours," she said. "If I can't prove my innocence, I'll resign." Langford nodded slowly. "You have 48 hours." She left the room with her head high, but inside, panic clawed at her. She had no idea where to start. Back in her office, she combed through the system, searching line by line, file by file. Then she noticed something strange. Metadata in the files had been altered. The timestamps didn't match her activity. Someone had manipulated the records remotely. She needed proof, something undeniable. That night, she called in one person she trusted, an IT analyst named Daniel, who had seen her work late nights when no one else cared. Together, they dug through the logs, cross-referencing access history and system backups. And there it was, 2 usernames had accessed her account at 2:13 a.m., the same night the fake records were created. Both belonged to Paul and Graham. Jasmine stared at the screen, her breath catching. "We've got them," Daniel whispered. The next morning, the boardroom was packed. Reporters outside. Investors waiting. Jasmine walked in, folder in hand, her expression steady. Paul smirked, confident this would be her downfall. Graham looked smug, like a man certain of victory. Langford gestured to her. "Well, Jasmine. The floor is yours." She stepped forward and connected her laptop to the projector. The screen lit up with timestamps, emails, and login trails. "These files," she began, "were used to accuse me of misconduct. But what you're looking at right now," she clicked to the next slide, "proves they were forged." The room went still. "This metadata," she continued, "shows the accounts responsible for the tampering. And they belong to," she paused, her eyes locking on them, "Mr. Graham and Paul." A gasp rippled through the boardroom. Paul shot to his feet. "That's a lie," he shouted. But Jasmine didn't flinch. She clicked play on a video recording Daniel had found, security footage from that same night. The image was grainy, but clear enough to see Paul entering the finance office after hours, Graham standing lookout at the door. The truth hit like lightning. Langford's jaw tightened. He turned slowly toward them. "You tried to sabotage the woman who saved this company." His voice was low, dangerous. "You forged evidence to destroy her." Paul's face went pale. Graham tried to speak, but Langford raised a hand. "Security. Get them out of my building." As they were escorted out, the employees outside burst into whispers that quickly turned to cheers. For the first time, justice didn't hide, it roared through the halls. Langford turned to Jasmine. "You not only saved this company twice," he said, "you exposed the rot inside it. From this day forward, you're not just vice president, you're president of operations. And you answer to no one but me." For a moment, Jasmine could hardly breathe. The same room that once humiliated her now stood in silent awe. She didn't gloat. She didn't smile. She simply nodded and said, "Thank you, sir. I'll lead this company with integrity, the way it should have been led all along." Jasmine had been ignored, belittled, betrayed, but she never broke. Her courage became the company's compass, her perseverance its foundation. They tried to bury her, but they didn't know she was a seed. As she stood by her office window that evening, the city lights flickering below, her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She hesitated, then answered. A man's voice, calm, unfamiliar, spoke softly on the other end. "Congratulations, Miss Jasmine. You've made powerful enemies disappear. But the ones you can't see, are still watching." The line went dead. Jasmine stared at the phone, her reflection caught in the glass, strong, unshaken, and ready. They tried to destroy her, but she was ready. Because when truth stands tall, no lie can cast a shadow.